after reading up about the mystics,
Yeah.
some of the stuff that they could do. One, I like some of the unarmed combat moves, and I just imagine it in combat, of pinning somebody's weapon and then unarming them, and then them coming up, and you get a special and you end up doing a flurry, so you follow up with another.
But it's interesting, what I've made up for Raph to play is not that sort of mystic. It's not an unarmed mystic, because I figured that's falling into the stereotypical the stereotypical monk. And although I think it's really good, and I did start off thinking that I was going to give it like a bow staff and and be able to do it unarmed, I suddenly thought, well, hang a minute, that is quite an augment weapon. You can have augment unarmed, but you can have augment sword or augment bow or augment dagger. But you see, you could do any combat skill, and I think that's what makes it. But the interesting thing is, it's got to plow its high ability rolls into 3 other things, so it makes a lot of other ability scores really low.
What is it? Because a lot of it's constitution and power, isn't it? Those are 2 of its
intelligence. So, well, yours is, what's yours? Power.
Well, mine's primarily power, but my second one's intelligence.
And do you have a third one?
No, I mean, primarily, as I say, it's power is my main one.
Yeah. So what's evocation? What's the ability scores for that?
It is intelligence and intelligence.
Yeah, and that's what makes like sorceress really powerful, and not in the sense of spell casting, because you've got one ability score that you can put up. That gives you your skill.
Yeah, but my folk magic is charisma and power.
Yeah, and hence, so somebody like a mystic would not be very good at folk magic, because its charisma is a non-important skill. So that
my charisma is pretty pants, but I just sort of like look at folk magic more of cantrips for.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, we are back, and the party's in an interesting situation. There seems to be some kind of ghost-like creature. Can I just say, one of the things I love about Mithras, and I wish I'd put it in before in my blog post, is that, if we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, it's a bit like when the Gibbering Mouther came down, or the Rust Monsters. People knew what it was, and they knew its abilities, because they knew what a Rust Monster was. So no matter how much I tried to hide it, they knew what it was. But
it's almost like, oh look, it's a white. Quick, put the elf to the front.
Yeah, because if you don't know, whites age you, so you don't want to be a human being touched by a white, because you'll end up being 94 and dying of old age. Well, the elf can just be touched your age. Oh, I've aged 55 years and still young and frivolous. But the one thing I like about this is that hopefully you don't know what it is. And it's almost like that unsuspected you, and that's what I like about new. Exactly, and that's what
a spirity monstery type thing.
And that's what I like about new games like this. So anyway, we're on to round 3, I think, guys, and we're on to turn 1, and the dog-like raider has just appeared out of the light, and just to let you know, that is it's 23. That's its movement is coming into the light on 23. So Hengist, you are up. Let me just add it to my sheet of paper here. Yeah.
Cool.
So Hengist, you are up.
Hengist is going to move and then pivot around a little bit so that he can still see and react to the big giant ghosty spirity thingy, but he can also still see the newcomer because the newcomer is quite far away. It's not an immediate danger, whereas the big ghosty spirit thing is.
Okay,
so that's what he's going to do.
Cool. 15 is ghosty thing. Briggs, you have an awful sensation now as this ghost-like thing almost like reaches over the top of you. It doesn't go to hit you, but it sort of like reaches out over your head and sort of like makes this massive swipe over the top of Miko's head, as if it's almost like fighting something there. And there's a big swipe, and you feel Miko behind you, sort of like almost like shiver a bit, but she doesn't. She just sort of like rocks a bit, but comes back up to the position. And then you notice that Miko does her thing.
And doesn't do it well.
And we're down to you, Briggsy.
Okay, seeing this new monster come in and this ghostly thing doing what it's doing, Briggs is gonna be like waving his bow, like trying to hit it with his bow, but at the same time he's shouting, for fudge nuggets.
Okay, so you're just wafting your bow at this that you found out that your arrows go through, and ignoring the thing coming at the far end.
Yeah. Okay. At the moment, this is right on top of me, and it's more of a threat than.
So it's actually, like I said, it's actually fighting over the top of you at something. Okay, Gully, you're next.
Okay, so Gully fails his endurance roll.
Okay,
so he is now winded.
Yeah.
So everything.
It'll do it automatically once you've changed it.
Yeah, I've done it automatically. So this pile of stones in front of him, has it been kicked over enough to dislodge them all?
No, because if you remember, you didn't make your broad one. You only made it as easy.
Okay, he's going to use it. He's going to use his free action to shout over towards Briggs. He's going to go, Briggs, kick over the stones, and he's going to try to do his ones in front of him.
Brawn roll there. Yeah, so you actually sort of like, are you kicking it over?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
because you're probably better getting down and pushing it over, rather than again trying to whack your foot into it.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking, and in which case you don't actually need to do a roll, because you're literally just pushing it, because you've already sort of like displaced some of them already. So
would that be sort of like two actions rather than one, or
it would be
sort of like to get down and put the lantern down, and then another one to push them over.
And then so it'll be this turn, and it'll be 2 action points from this turn. This turn, and
okay. Well, this time he did try to kick it over, so he'll lose the action point from that one, and I'll try next time.
Cool, and therefore we that's the round over and done with. So we're back to the next round, and the first thing that happens, what's that distance? Yeah. Let me just check my movement. Yeah, easy. This beast moves up to you in turn 2, Hengist. Hengist, it's your turn.
Hengist wants to I'm assuming this thing's looking really threatening as it's coming towards him.
Yeah, just to let you know, he is wielding a club.
Okay. So yeah,
and he has a shield.
Okay, so it's safe to assume this thing's going to attack him.
So very Hengist, much so, yeah.
Yeah, so Hengist is going to strike out first.
Okay.
And he got a standard.
Yeah, that hits. So this guy will try to parry it. No, he can. Hang on, let me just check. Yes, he will parry it or attempt to parry it with his shield. And misses with his shield.
So you want me to roll a hit location?
No, you need to tell me special first.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to think. Combat effects. Can I do cool location? So is that possible?
I think that's only on a critical.
Oh, is that only a critical?
No, choose location. You can choose location is absolutely fine. That doesn't require a critical. Chuggerwugger, it's only in the rules. Can you remember on the rules it says location is reasonable. It says rules as written do not require a critical, but they do for ranged weapons. So I'll play as the rules state because this is somebody's interpretation for it. So yes, you can use your special to choose location.
Cool. Can I choose the abdomen, please? Because I'm thinking the guy's just missed his shield, and I'm making a massive lunge to sort of like his belly, essentially.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Do some damage for me.
Damage 6.
Yeah. So you sort of like slice it into this this raider's sort of like stomach, and it sort of like pierces it quite nicely. It lets out almost like a howl rather than anything else. And what was your to hit roll? 55.
It was 55 out of 58.
Cool. And it sort of like falls unconscious at your feet.
Cool. So yeah, Hengist would have made an attack, sort of like in the upper, sort of like the upper body, as the raider went to block it with his shield. He would, at the very last second, change the location, dropped his point down, and made a lunge up with his sword up into round past the shield up into his belly.
Cool. So there seems to be some kind of combat going on. Ouch! Behind you. Yeah, and you. Let me just roll this. And you notice probably, Briggs, you can't see this because you're wafting your bow around in front of you. Gully, you probably can see this. You suddenly notice that across Mika's forehead opens a huge gash. It just seems to go and opens up across her head.
But there was nothing there to sort of like do damage to her. It just appeared.
It just appeared from nowhere. And hang on a minute. Let me just roll this. Da, da, da. Yeah. Okay then. That's cool. Right. Who are we up to next? Briggs, you're up.
Okay, so hearing Gully shout that, push the rocks or kick the rocks over, whatever he said.
Yeah.
and remembering the witch thing in the other time.
Yeah.
he's gonna listen to him, and he's gonna actually push these rocks over, thinking that they're gonna do something.
Cool. Make your brawn roll then.
Brawn.
Yeah, so you kick it with your foot, and just like Gully did before, you sort of like dislodge one or two of them, but it's not completely.
Did I say kick? Sorry.
Sorry, what you said?
I didn't. I thought I said push, but either way.
No, you said
Well, no,
Don't say
okay.
kick.
Well,
Sorry.
hang on. If you want to push, then that's fine.
No,
because it won't make a difference, because on turn 2, you would have to put your bow down. You would have to drop your bow.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
you got your bow in hand, so you can actually push
Yeah.
them your next turn.
Right.
In any case, so that'll be fine. Okay, then we're now going into. Does anybody have a combat turn?
it's still Gully.
Oh, yes,
Gully's
sorry.
going last.
Gullies, yes, sorry.
Okay, so Gully's going to use his action to kneel down by these rocks, putting the lantern on the ground so both hands are free.
Yeah, cool. That will be your turn 2. Yeah. So turn 3. Does anybody have anything left?
Gully
Hengist
has
does.
one.
Yeah. Okay then. Hengist, you're up first.
Hengist is he's just going to stand ready, waiting to see if anybody else comes from that direction.
Okay. Cool. And Gully.
So having both hands free now and being down at the level, he's going to push over these stones.
Yeah, and they're not very heavy. You just managed to topple them over, and again, they just seem to be like a normal sort of like pile of stones. They're sort of like inside the stones as well, but that's there's nothing else. There's nothing else in there, and they just sort of like topple down to the ground.
But as he does that, he's going to look over towards the monster to see whether or not his actions are having any effect at all on it.
Yeah, so you I think you'd use your free action that round,
Right, okay.
to call out. So it'll need to be in round 4 that you do it. So these you now need. Just hang on. Let me just take it back to turn 1. Right. So this is round 4, combat turn 1. Okay. So if you like to do some initiatives. I am coming, don't I? Right, let's get rid of that one. Move that one along. I don't have enough space. Well, let's put that one down there. Don't need that one at the moment. Don't need the Kraken just at this point. Okay, right, let's stick you into... Oh, Gully's back on winning form. Okay, so this is combat round 4, turn 2. Turn 1, sorry. So right at the beginning of this round, Hengist, you notice another one of these things come running out of the darkness from where this other one came from, and runs straight down towards you. You also notice that another one does come through, but is taking a slightly different route. It seems to be heading for the ramp up. So that's their turns on their 22s. Okay, Gully, you're up.
Okay, so Gully wants to use his free action to see whether or not pushing these stones over had any effect at all on the writhing monster.
It seems to have no. It seems to be engaged in some kind of combat over the top of Briggs's head, but it seems to have taken no damage or anything like that. It still seems to be fighting. It hasn't lost a limb or anything like that.
Are these dog things similarly armed to the last one, clubs?
What do you wish to do? Because now can you see you've looked at the monster. Do you want to have a look at these as well?
Yeah, I'll have a look at that. I want to take in as much information of what's going on.
So therefore that will be an action. So that will be an action as you take in the scene. So I've mentioned the ghost already, and then these other two are armed with. They're not armed with torches. They're just armed with clubs. And one's in front of Hengist, appearing to fight. They got heater shields as well, and they're armed with clubs. Okay, Hengist, you're up.
Hengist is seeing one come towards him, one go off in the general direction of Gully. He's going to yell out to Gully, "Watch out, Gully!" And then he's going to follow that up very quickly with a swipe of his sword.
I just need to see which one this one is. 2. Did you miss?
And then he's going to hang up his sword and shield and go.
Cool. That's this is 2 here, and this one's 4. Okay. So you miss. Okay then. Briggs, you're up.
So Briggs is gonna after kicking this pile of rocks, he's gonna go and drop his bow and crouch down and shoulder push him or push through them all.
So you'll be ready to push them next turn, therefore. And Miko, oh dear, this is not looking good for our Miko. Okay, that's Miko done. And I think that's the end of combat turn 1. So, hang on, I didn't have the spirit on. Yeah, you didn't tell me the spirit wasn't on.
I didn't notice. I've got a bottle in the way of my turn tracker.
Spirit's not on.
Yeah, the spirit creature's not there.
Yeah, it is now. It's all right. It does go slightly before, so I can do this chunk. That's all right. Okay then. So we're back. We're up to turn 2. So raiders go first. So this is the first raider. This is number 2. This is the raider hit against you, Hengist, with its club.
Okay.
So that's a hit.
Hengist wants to try and block it with his shield if he can.
Yeah, go for it.
What do I do for that? I just roll my combat stat.
Just roll your combat stat, yeah. Yeah, so
and he brings home a Ferrari.
So that's successful. What? That's it's if you do a critical to me on your shield, then I take the damage on my weapon. But we're safe there. So we both use that up, and this other guy carries on up here. on its round. Okay, that's that done there. That's its movement. Okay then, Gully, you're up.
So the other dog-like thing has actually gone up the ramp.
Yeah, it's sort of like crouched down in front of the thing that you saw before.
As if it's protecting it?
It almost like looks like it's going to go into it.
Okay, Gully's going to start running up there.
Okay. Okay, so can it make it in that? Is that your movement there? Yeah.
Yeah, I can make
cool.
it.
Okay.
Has it's actually gone in already? Or?
No, it's just crouched out at the beginning. Right. This is you, Hengist.
Hengist is going to, having taken the blow on his shield, he's going to immediately follow up with not a hit.
Okay, cool. And yeah, that's all right. So yeah, okay then. So you swipe it here and miss it as it dodges out the way. Briggs, you're up.
So is this where I get to push the rock?
This is your brawn roll.
Okay. Right. So, Ronin pushing.
Yeah, brawn. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, so you push it down and it just sort of like cascades out, and you just sort of like see a pile of big pebbles sort of like scatter on the floor, and nothing spectacular happens. You know, you just feel quite good that you managed to push a small pile of pebbles over, and therefore I've got this now for this creature. And then she doesn't need to do that, and she's got one left there, so she can do where is it? That. Oh, and she can do that. Oh, talking about pathetic amount of damage.
Has she got a luck point that she could use?
Do you want to ask her?
Edwills, who's playing Nico, do you have a luck point you can use?
Okay, and that's the end of combat round 2. So we're on to combat turn 3 now. And I think the only people who've got stuff left are Gully. You'd have one.
Mm-hmm.
And
am I the only one?
No, Raiders do.
All right.
So
Raiders are first.
You see this guy here, almost like scrambling around inside. He's put his he's still got his shield up, but he's put his club down, and he seems to be scrambling around just in the doorway. And this guy is taking a swing at you and misses.
I don't know whether I'm still in the light because I didn't pick up the lantern. Is it possible to change the lantern position to the pile of rocks?
Say again, sorry.
Well, I put the lantern down to push over these rocks here.
All right. Well, it's actually 9 meters, the light. So and then it's about a meter dim. So you are, but I can change it for you if you wish.
No, so I just.
Well, what I can do is that I'll just copy and paste you there, and then we'll just make you a funny color.
Okay.
Like that. So you should still be able to see the thing. Briggs and Hengist, you need to make endurance checks.
Oh,
That's definitely a fail.
This is a fumble.
Okay. So you need to increase your fatigue by 1 level.
There he is. Lost him for a second.
Way!
And so do you. Both of you need to increase your fatigue by 1 level. I do apologise, Gully. I think.
Do I click the box now with the?
Yeah. So if you go into your character, you should. You click it for. You click it for. You put on the exclamation mark on your character sheet. You click it for endurance, and then you increase your fatigue. It should say winded now.
Yeah.
I do apologise, Gully. I think I was a round late with that. So it should have been last round, but I was a bit late. So that was the end of that round, I think. Yeah.
No, Gully still got his action. It was the raiders. And then
Oh yes,
Gully.
yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So on Gully's action, he wants to get the disc out of his. He wants to put his hand in his tunic and get out the discs that he uses to cast his spells.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we're now on to round 5, turn 1. Let me just wipe you up. Okay, off we go.
Oh, well, I swapped to long shakes. I should have been on this.
Mm-hmm. 50. And so I've just got to do Miko's.
Don't forget the ghost.
Don't forget, yeah, ghost.
Yeah,
ghost.
Ghost is on. Thank you. Ghost is on. Miko's on. Right. So 1 Goblin Raider, or 2 Goblin Raiders. Gully, Miko, Ghost, Hengist, Briggs. Okay. So this is round 5. Combat turns. So this is the this is first swing at you, Hengist, from Goblin Raider. He misses, and you this guy ahead of you carries on searching. Hang on, because I just need to make a roll. And see, it starts to almost like push away some of the straw and everything that's in there. He almost like frantically is trying to find something. Gully, you are up next.
Okay, I do believe I have to make another roll.
What is it? Every
2.
Every 2, yeah.
It's endurance, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so you failed that now, so now you'll be tired.
Yeah. Right. Okay, I'm going to hold out the this disc towards this dog thing that's going about in this shack thing, and I'm going to start casting a spell.
So you're prepping it this round, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me just change to this thing so it's a little bit more. It's clear of people watching. Cool. So Miko's next. So Miko seems to be doing something very exciting. Oh, yeah. She does do something very exciting, and she does that. And she does that. which takes it down to that. Excellent. And then spirit. Does that. And does that. To where's that? Yeah, okay. So you nobody can see Miko at the moment. Everybody's Briggs probably can. You almost like see Miko. She's still almost like in a trance state, but she almost like goes like that as if she's been hit by something. But comes back upright again. Hengist, you're up.
Hengist is going to attack this thing back.
Yeah. Don't think so.
No.
That was very close to a fumble again.
I want a fumble.
Very
3
close.
experience points.
And Briggs, you're up.
Okay, pushing these rocks over, finding nothing or seeing that he's done nothing, he's a little disheartened. So he's going to grab his bow.
Yeah. So he's going to ready his weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this will now be combat round, turn 2. Goblin Raider 4, I need a perception check to see whether or not I find what I am looking for. Oh, fumble, I get to... Yeah, cool.
Get to tick it.
Yeah, I've ticked it. If he gets out, he's trading in that, I tell you.
Automatic 1% for finding something in straw next time.
Yeah. And so that's that one thing. And then Hengist, this is a club attack at you, which he misses. And Gully, you are up.
Okay, so this is the second round of Gully casting his spell. So as he's holding out this disc towards the dog-like thing scurrying around in the thing, you see grey smoke coming out of it, slowly starting to move towards it. This is going to be a hard thing now, isn't it? Yeah, not a chance.
Yeah, no, because you're hard now due to fatigue, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if you go to...
tired?
No, what happens if you go to 0 magic points?
0 magic points, you just go out of magic until we decide about a rule. You could use a point of luck if you wish and re-roll it.
No.
Okay. Cool. So that spell now, is that the spell finished?
Yeah. It's,
so it goes out, but as it goes towards, you just don't get the shaping right, and it sort of like tendrils out, but then it just dissipates as it gets close to him. Miko's doing her business here, and she's going to roll this, and doesn't do anything. This guy is going to roll this. And don't think does anything. 30. No, misses. Okay, yeah, so that's them done. So, Hengist, you're up.
Hengist he's not going to give up. He's going to have another swing.
Did you miss? Yeah. So that's cool. I don't need to parry that. Briggs, you're up.
Briggs hasn't a clue what to do. He's shot at it. He's moved rocks. He's feeling he's feeling what's the word?
Annoyed.
Useless.
Useless.
Harsh.
He's feeling useless.
Slightly harsh. I think
nothing he's done is come off, and he's feeling disheartened and useless.
Oh, I feel so sorry for him.
He's gonna lie down and cry. No, he's gonna start shouting at this thing, try and get his attention.
Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, right, okay, then so he starts shouting and waving his arms around on his. Hengist had that. So, so this is now turn 3. I've still got action, so I go first. I keep forgetting which one is in front of you, Hengist, too. So, Hengist, this is my attack, my swipe at you with my club. I miss. Nearly got my crit, which is cool. And then that's that. And perception roll for my other one. No. And then Gully.
I think I've messed up on my endurance because mine's 2 rounds, so that means I would roll it on 3, beginning of round 3.
Well, no. See, I think what I had in my head is if you remember at the end of round 2, I said to you, roll your endurance, and you said, I'll roll it at the beginning of round 3. So
right.
I always think that if you fight for 2 rounds, at the end of round 2, you would roll your endurance at the end of round 2. And then at the end of round 4, you would roll your endurance. So your next one is going to be at the end of round 6.
6. Okay, so that's all right. I haven't messed up then.
Yeah,
okay.
While Hengist and Briggs will go at the end of round 3, and then they go again at the end of round 6, and
okay.
so forth and so on. That's how I have it in my head, rather than
so
at the beginning.
this dog-like thing's on the floor.
Searching.
Okay, so Gully is going to go right up behind it, and he's actually going to get the discs that he normally holds, and he's going to touch the back of the kobold or the dog thing with it.
Cool. Are you casting a spell, or are you just going? Ching?
Well, no, that would be I presume moving up to it and putting it on it would be my action, and then it takes 1 action to cast it, which would be done.
What is the spell to touch?
The spell is touch, yeah.
Yeah, so your action is to move today. Now,
yeah.
Your next action would be to touch and cast the spell, because it'll be all in one. Hengist, I think. Do you? Yeah, I think you have another.
Hengist has one. Yeah, he's attacked twice and missed twice.
Yeah.
So he's going to attack.
And you haven't parried anything yet.
And I've not parried because the raider thing has
caught your disease, and it's been spread onto. Yeah. Oh, he hits!
No, I'm hard.
Oh no, you missed. Missed again.
I'll take the hit though.
No,
GM says I hit. So
I got all excited then, but
I
then
got excited as well.
Cool.
And then my heart went up to my throat. I was like,
yeah, unlucky.
Down to my soles, my feet again.
Unlucky. So I think that's everybody, isn't it? Yeah. Cool. So this is going to last forever. Somebody kill somebody soon, please.
I probably will die of heart attacks.
Yeah, you're all going to end up being winded or taken out at this rate. Right, yeah.
I'm going for formidable next.
you probably will.
Skills formidable.
I think this is almost like the issue of being low level because of the what's that, 13? And then Nico's. Oh, I didn't have a selected. Add turn 8. Cool. Do we have everyone in? Yeah. Right. Okay, we're up and running. So this guy does his perception roll. Yeah. Gully, you see him. He actually roots around and then actually grabs something. It seems to look like a disc, or almost like very similar to the one you wear around your neck. And it was sort of like, it seemed to be buried in the straw, and he grabs it, and it's obvious that he was looking for it, and he picks it up and he pockets it into some kind of pouch that he has. That's that one. This is at you, Hengist. He misses at you. Okay, Briggs, you're up.
Does Hengist get a chance to parry it if he wants? Or is he...
I missed. Oh yeah, yeah. He can parry if he wishes.
But what would I get from parrying if you've missed?
If you parry and you succeed, then you will damage my weapon.
No, Hengist is happy for you to miss.
Okay, cool. Briggs, you're up.
Okay. I take it I didn't get his attention last time.
Well, no, he didn't seem to attack you.
Okay. He's at a loss. He don't know what to do. I'm almost thinking that he's gonna pick her up, but he doesn't want to. He don't want to do that. He's gonna come. He's gonna drop his bow and pull out his sword.
Okay, cool. So that'll be his action there. Okay, Hengist, you're up.
Hengist is going to attack.
Yes.
Seeing an opportunity opening up.
No.
That's a miss.
That's rolled quicker than I thought. I was like that, but yeah, never mind.
Okay. Okay, happy with that? Yeah. Gully.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I didn't expect it to come up so quickly. It didn't, it was instantaneous. I'm still waiting. So I was waiting for it.
I think Mithras is trying to speed everything up. No, sorry, Gully, you're up.
Okay, so this time Gully is just going to touch this dog-like thing with this symbol that he has, and he's going to cast the spell directly.
Yes! Look at that. That's what you need.
At last. 17. Right. Okay. So he touches it on its 5.
Ouch. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add 10 to that roll, because really and truly he's crouched down. You see, so his his lower part of his body is probably not touchable.
Okay.
So in which case that would be 15. So it'll actually be his right arm that you actually reach forward and touch, which is really interesting because that is also the one that he's got the disc in.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Tell me what happens.
Well, no, because to begin with, you've got a resist.
Oh yeah, tell me what am I resisting? Oh,
Endurance.
Let me just make sure that this is on. Yeah, endurance. Yeah, he resists it. Oh, you're having some problems tonight, guys. You're having some problems tonight. Right, that's you guys done. That's that done. That's that done. Okay. We are on to turn 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a touch spell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So this guy will pick up his club on this round, ready to get up on his next action. This one in front of you will attack. But misses. And then it is Briggs's turn.
Is that? Oh, okay. He's just gonna start waving his sword around, screaming, "Over here!"
Okay, cool.
Just trying to get his attention.
Hengist, you're up.
Hengist is going to fight backwards. Flying back.
And hits! And hits!
Finally. And hits well.
Hang on, don't get excited. And he misses.
Does that mean I get to have a special?
Yes, you do. Special first.
Hengist is going to choose location again. He's going to use exactly the same attack as he did last time. He's going to feint high left shoulder. The last second, with a slight flick of his wrist, he's going to drop the blade down in the chap's 7.
Let me just call
so
him
he's
up.
evaded the shield and he's round into the 7.
Into his abdomen again.
And he will do 9 points of damage.
Okay, let me just roll this. What was your original score? 12.
Why did you roll location if you were using the special of choose location?
Because I didn't name it. I forgot. But it doesn't matter.
It's still in the thing. So this guy, just as before, you slice your weapon through, and he falls to the ground. Looks like he's unconscious. I think it's you, Gully.
Right, Gully's going to.
Gully, you sound really sad.
No. He's going to try again to touch this kobold or this dog thing with his disc and cast his spell.
Yeah, cool.
Well, we round 6. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've all got to do it, haven't we?
You all got to do endurance checks at the end. Yep, that hits.
Why is it only coming up? All right, okay. You've got a roll, endurance roll.
Thank you. Da, 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 da.
Two failures in a row.
Yes. I resist it. Okay, so you try to do your magic again, but no way, it ain't happening. Right, let me just quickly do... Gully's magic has left him. There's nothing left. Ooh, that works. Oh, drat. Cool. Okay then. Who's got Hengist? I think you've got.
Hengist does.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
Hengist, having just felled his second opponent, is going to use his free action to glance around to see where Gully is. Seeing Gully engaged in combat, he's just going to run. Hang on. How far can he actually move?
Just remember your just check your movement because it'll be reduced because of your fatigue. If you're winded, it probably won't do it this time, but every time you're fatigued, for example, if you're winded, it's no penalty for your movement, but if you're tired, you lose 1 meter from your movement. So always, and what I'm saying is that every time it comes up, just make sure you check it, because it will reduce it.
So I can move 15 according to my sheet if I run.
Yeah.
So that's ample space. He's going to run over here to.
Yeah. So that would be
help
your
Gully out.
Yep. So that would be your thing. This guy stands up on this round. Remember, he picked up his club the last round, and that's it. Gully, I think you have another one, don't you?
Yeah, Gully's going to draw his knife.
Cool. Not the knife. Okay, so
Fine.
Now this is the end of round 6. So Gully, you need to make 2, 4, 6. Yeah, so you're
We all do, don't we?
yeah. Everybody does on 6.
Did I get that?
No, because
No.
it's hard.
Because it's hard. Oh. You were so excited there as well, but never
I
mind.
thought I got it. I was like, oh.
He does get it there. Right.
Tired.
I think that's everyone now. Yeah? Is everybody done for round 6? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So this is... Oh, we've never been to round 7, ever. Hengist is normally
Yeah,
finished.
you've always got bored in.
No, well, Hengist is normally killed everything by...
Hengist has dropped 2.
Yeah,
so
you're
far.
doing well. Round 7. Here we go. Okay, off you go. Some people's initiatives now will alter.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
It'll do it by themselves. It'll automatically do it, so don't worry. Let me just do...
I think my initiative's getting better for some reason.
Compared to the last roll, yeah.
Let's do this. And let's do this. Oh, no, I was going to roll a D100 then. For initiative, which never is good. $11. Right, let me organise this. Hengist. Right, turn 1. So let's see what's happening here. So, okay, this Goblin Raider is going to make a dash for it, and he's going to come down. Okay, he's not likely to come past you, Hengist, because that's the longest way around. So he's going to come this way. So he's going to move down to here. Okay, so Gully, do you wish to do anything?
Can I make an attack as it goes past?
Yeah, because haven't we? I'm sure.
Attack of opportunity.
That's what it's called in D&D, but I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I named it, but you said it was something else, didn't you?
Because if there isn't anything like that, it would always mean that the person who's going first in initiative can never be hit.
Yeah, hang on. I'm not saying that, Chuggerwugger. What I'm saying is that I'm just trying to remember what the rules stated, because I remember talking to. I remember putting it in the chat to
Sprocket, I think.
Yeah, or to somebody to say that's what it does, but I can't remember. I think it's called intercept. I seem to remember that it's called. I'm sure it's something to do with intercepting. Oh, and it's not. I think something happens that you take a negative on your initial. No, that's the. I know. I'm thinking about the whatchamacallit rules.
Well, what is it? Is it a? It must be a combat action.
Oh,
Oh, wasn't it the evading?
it's isn't it interrupt?
Interrupt.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
That sounds.
Yeah.
familiar.
I'm sure it's interrupt.
Delaying characters only.
That's delaying characters only. Halts an opponent's turn before declaration in order to take your own delayed turn. Assuming no, there is something. Okay, let's just for the sake of this thing until I find it again, because I think it's buried deep in somewhere. I remember finding it, and it's not just sort of like interrupt or something like that. It's something a little bit more complex. But just for the sake of this one, we'll play it as an interrupt. So Gully, you can take one of your turns now, one of your action points, if you wish to strike out to him. Let me just make a note of it. As an interrupt action.
Right. Okay. I'll try to attack it with my knife.
Cool.
But
you're formidable now, so. You little street urchin. Okay, so that guy goes running off. So that's that one. Okay. Hengist, you're up.
Sorry, I'm my head deep in the rulebook. Hengist is going to turn around and follow it. Follow the weird creature thing.
Yeah, so that'll be your movement. Gully, what would you like to do?
Me again?
Yeah, because you'll still have your action points.
All right. I'll follow Hengist.
Okay, cool. Let me just get rid of these. I seem to have a pop-up that's coming up all the time. It's not porn
That'd
or
be
anything.
Longshanks' virus.
I know. I think he's given it to me. I tell you. Okay. This is the battle to do here. That misses. Okay. Briggs, you're up.
Okay, seeing this thing trying to escape or trying to like run away or whatever it's doing, Briggs is gonna try and get in front of it.
Yeah, so that would be your movement.
Yep. Do I get an action as well, though?
No.
No.
I didn't think so.
This is why I think Gully's being a bit... because what he's saying now is that basically I can run away unless somebody gets an extra action. Because, for example, the next one I will move and everybody else will move after me. And then I will move again, and the people who are running free will move again. But if you think about it, that's oh, I've just dropped connection.
I've got no magic points left.
Here he is.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
I'm just trying to... My internet went down.
Ooh, Big Beastie's in Indowe's spot on my screen on the Zoom meeting.
You're all dead.
I can't actually get anything else to connect.
That movement in Wills, I think it was the withdrawal.
It would have been a withdrawal, which that
cool.
would have used.
Did you find it?
Page 1.
No,
I just page 107.
I just remembered.
107. Cheers, thank you.
But withdrawal wouldn't allow an attack of opportunity.
No, it doesn't. But that's what Inwells would have used.
Yeah, that. So yeah.
I thought withdrawal was a special for combat.
But
No.
but there was something about interrupting as well, if I remember rightly.
Oh no, no. Okay, so this makes sense now, because the action I have to do, I cannot run away from combat. I have to use withdraw from the fight. Means that the character extricates himself from close combat range. This can be done by a myriad of ways, from physical pushing and sidestepping, committing attacks. At this point, they have not fled the battle entirely, but have briefly opened up enough space to have disengaged from their opponent and consider new tactical options. Withdrawing is an automatic when using withdraw is special, otherwise the character must attempt to by close range or outmaneuver. Yeah, so once they disconnected itself, the character may on his next turn do one of these things. So yeah, so that makes that makes complete sense now. So what happens? Okay, let's. How do you want to play it? Oh wait,
as we've already done it. Well, I mean, it's Chugger's choice. Sorry.
Well, I mean, we've already done that bit, so you might as well do it from now.
Yeah, that seems a good part. I don't know whether or not I'm streaming again.
Yeah, you're back up. I see you up.
Right, back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the boxes in the right thing?
Probably
Yeah.
not. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
My own in the right place. Okay then. So yeah. So that's a good. So I understand it now. So basically, what it's saying is that if you want to withdraw from combat, I run away. In D&D, you would just run away and get an attack of opportunity. What Mithras is saying is that you take an action and you withdraw, which means that you're then out of combat and to one side. And then what you can do on your next action is then run. So technically, what would have happened if we had played that is on 20, the kobold would have withdrawn. And then on 11, Gully, he's not out of combat yet. You could have hit.
Mm.
And then Hengist could have hit. Hengist could have moved or whatever. And then if you're ever in combat, you have to withdraw before you can do anything else. And then I think you get, I think it says, once he had disengaged himself with the withdrawing character may on his next turn, for the cost of an action point, reroll initiative, flee the battle entirely, seek a new opponent to engage, or perform any other suitable action not covered here. So that makes sense. Yeah, got it now. Brilliant. Well done. Thank you for that. Okay, so I don't know where we're up to. Oh yeah, I've just done Spirit and Miko. That's all done. So now we're on to round turn 2, guys. Yeah. Turn 2. So yeah, so for example now, so this is what I need to do. So can you see my kobold is in combat here?
Mm-hmm.
So he takes his action to withdraw.
So that'd be like a sidestep or a push.
So he imagine that he's running now, and both Brigs and Hengist are in front and behind him. So he's withdrawing from combat. So he almost like does a slight feint step, but now he can't do anything else now. That's his action. So he can't run away yet until his next action. So Hengist, you're up now on 13.
I can still attack him though, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Hengist is going to do that. Because Hengist is coming up behind, he's seen the feint step, so he knows roughly where the chap's going to finish. And still goes to where he wasn't.
Okay, do you wish to lock it?
I don't have a lock point.
Okay, cool. And so now...
I used it last week.
Cool. And now, Gully, you're up.
Well, I mean, Gully can move up behind it, but he won't be able to attack.
Correct, yeah. Okay, so Briggs, you can now swipe at it.
Come on, Brigs.
Where do you find out where your luck points are?
And your
luck
attributes.
points up at the top in attributes.
Oh yeah.
Attributes, not American.
I have 2 luck points.
Correct.
I'm going to use one.
Well, hang on. The first thing you'll do is... unless you want to... I don't think there's anything you can do that... You just
Not
do
yet.
it, but you have to sort of like
I've
do
got to
it
take a swing
first.
first.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, yeah. As he comes within striking distance, longsword, isn't it?
Yeah. Just your combat. You can't. Huntsman. Huntsman.
Oh, just still huntsman.
Yeah. Still part of your combat thing. So that's missed. So if you wish, you can use a luck point to roll it again. I think you can do that. Chugga will go tell me if I...
Yeah, you can either use a luck point to roll it again or to swap the numbers round that you've already rolled.
So it'd be no point.
Yeah,
you want to roll again. If you've got a luck point, you can do that.
Right, so I'll do that. And same again, yeah?
Yeah.
Huntsman.
And that misses because you're hard because of your fatigue. So it would have been a good hit if it was standard, but it's not with that.
Can I swap numbers around there?
No.
It would be 94, and you can't use the luck on the same roll.
Oh right. I get that.
Once you've used it, then that's it.
You can only use it one per turn or something.
Yeah. Okay then.
Round.
So that's turn 2, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me out of points now.
So this is turn 3. Yeah. So now, because I've disengaged, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I can now flee the battle. So technically, he outmaneuvered you at that bit and then fled. And I was just thinking when my internet down, I think Chugga was thinking, well, hang on, it'll just be move. But there are other things you could do apart from combat. For example, ranged weapons could take him down. Spells could take him down. You know, there's other things that could happen to actually take him down. Because the other thing that you could do, say, for example, you could actually, and I think this is the luck point, if I'm right, can you not do a luck point to gain another action point?
You can, yeah.
If a character has exhausted the action points during a fight and needs that last spurt of energy to perhaps avoid a messy demise, he may spend a luck point to gain an additional action point.
That sounds familiar. I think that's what I did last week.
Yeah, so you can do it to get another one. So so now we're on to turn.
Has that dog thing gone then, or?
Well, no, because he can only ever move his movement, can't he? You can't sort of like.
I don't know. I don't know what his movement was.
That is his movement up to there.
Right.
Okay, so this is turn 3 now. Okay.
So it's my turn then.
Yeah. No, I think it's his turn, is it not?
Because he's just moved.
Oh yes.
He did his withdrawal.
Yeah. So Hengist, you're next. Yeah.
Yeah. Hengist is going to carry on. No, I just want to make sure if I can. Oh no! I thought I'd clicked on the ruler. Yeah. Hengist is going to actually run past him this time.
Okay. Now
finish in front.
He doesn't actually have to outmaneuver at the moment because he's not in combat.
He can just run past you.
Yeah, there's no combat happening yet.
Yeah.
So that's it. So go on, Brigs.
I was going to ask if as he was doing that, is there an opportunity of tackling?
No. Well, you would need the action. There is something known as I need to check is because there is something known as leaping into combat and charging into combat.
Yeah, I was reading the charging into combat, but that takes a whole action turn to point to use, and then so you say I'm charging into combat, spend an action turn to warm up,
and then do it,
and then you would do it.
Yeah.
And then it counts into weight, but it actually means that my attack's will be one skill harder to actually
to what it normally is. Yeah.
To what it normally is, to whatever it is, it's one harder again.
So that would mean
I get extra I get extra damage or something. I get something added onto damage. Or something.
Yeah, so you would have to take the risk that it would still be in your running range, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I'm pretty close to the end, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish where I am. I can always turn.
Yeah. So Gully, you're up. Oh, good. Do you have any? I don't think.
Yeah, if Hengist has one, then I still have one.
No, I don't think you do, because did you not have one as he went away?
Yeah, you spent an action point
as he dashed around, and then you moved one to move.
Right.
And then is this where? What did you do last round? You drew your knife.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that what you did? Don't be grumpy about it. I'm just trying to sort it out.
I'm just
step
saying.
by step.
In which case, I don't. I normally always go on what Hengist has, and then I have the same.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, that was my third turn, by the way, because I ran, swiped, ran.
Yeah, that's what I've got it down as. Yeah. So Briggs, you don't have any left now. Correct. Yeah. Okay. So this is now round 8.
Jeez.
So at the end of this round, Gully, you need to make your endurance check. Let me just get rid of these.
Is ours the next round?
Yeah, ours is always every 3.
Yeah,
3,
correct.
Right, yeah.
That is right. And Gully's is Gully's and Mika's is every 2.
I need to change that. 2. Oh, with the X. Why?
Headphones on. Oh god, that's awful.
What do you do about this bloody ghost?
Right. I'm just going to, just for simplicity's sake, because I know what's happening, you can't actually impact on Mika and the spirit over here, so I'm just going to keep them off the turn order until it's actually finished. So this is now. Can you see on this one? The raider has 21.
Yes.
So it's when he will now escape, and he will flee combat, and that'll be it. He'll be away. And so he will actually get away and go down the corridor and done. Gone away. So in which case we are out of turn order. You do notice, Gully, from where you are stood, that the spirit seems to dissipate. But as it dissipates, you also notice that Mika slumps to the ground and appears to be she looks like she's either dead or unconscious.
Hengist is going to see where the thing run down the tunnel. He's going to sheath his sword, put his shield on his back, and he's going to go over and pick up Lady Miko and say, "Are we following or are we going back?"
Are you saying it to
Yeah,
Miko?
I'm saying it to Briggs and Gully. Are we following or are we going back?
Cool.
And he's got Lady Miko in his arms.
Briggs is gonna also rush over to Lady Miko and help her up.
Was she on? She fell over, didn't she?
Say again, sorry.
Gully's going to go over and he's going to say to Hengist, "Put her down and let me have a look at her. There's no good carrying her."
Yeah, Hengist does that. He puts her carefully down.
Gully's going to check to see whether or not she's breathing.
Yeah, you can roll a first aid.
Ooh.
I think the first thing I mean, the thing is, at the present moment in time, you're all very tired, but she is breathing. She's not dead. Okay, she is breathing, but what you probably need to do, I mean, what are you, Gully?
It's 3 hours before.
Are you just
recovers.
tired?
No, I'm wearied.
Wearied? Is it not 6 hours?
It has 3 hours in my box.
Right.
I'm just
okay,
reading what it comes from.
Okay.
It might be modified by something.
Right. Is this what I've got up? No, that's fine. On mine it says tired is 3 hours, and wearied is 6.
I've got tired for 1 hour. I think it depends on your.
Yeah, it's modified by one of your stats.
Oh, which one is it modified by?
Well, it must be one pretty high. It must be maybe, I don't know,
right.
power.
I can have a look at that.
It can't be power because my power's 4.
It can't be.
So it can't be. It must be something else. It's either Constitution or.
Oh, it might be Constitution.
Dex, I would have thought, because my Constitution's 13.
All right, hang on.
But mine's 8.
Let's have a look.
My Constitution. No. Constitution's 11. I've got an hour and a half.
Recovering by it's characters recover from fatigue depending on their healing rate.
Ah, right.
So you must
So
have.
I've got a healing rate of 2, so that must halve it.
Yeah. The fatigue is equal to the recovery period divided by the character's healing rate. Yeah. So normally it would be 6. But therefore, it's 3. So, and this is the fun part of the game, I think now, because really and truly, you can't just carry on. I mean, if I mean, how many rounds were we going?
We were about to start round 8.
Yeah. So each round is 5 seconds, I think. So even though it was just like 40 seconds of combat,
So unfit.
Yeah, it's really sort of like taking its toll on you because it's classed as strenuous exercise, so it really has to sort of like, you are unbelievably unfit, all of you. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
So yeah, I think we should probably go back and then, sorry, Hengist is saying, Hengist says to us, we should go back to the tavern, tell, I can't remember his name. What's his name?
Basil.
We should go back to the tavern and tell Basil what's happened and that we should get the guards to finish flushing this out because I need attention for my leg and Lady Miko needs a rest as well. We should go back.
Okay, we'll go.
Nods.
We'll go back.
Okay then.
Are we going to get it back though? Because is it not a plank? That is just one bit of plank that's going across.
You can probably there's two planks. If you remember, there was a plank at either side of the corridor, so putting them across is absolutely fine. They're probably the difficult thing is getting her up the ladder. But if Hengist or like sheaves his sword, and you could probably make a way, giving her a bit of a push up, get her up to the sort of like the to this room here. Let me just. Are you there?
Yeah.
So you could probably get them to there, and then you can probably report back to Basil. And what would you like to report back to him?
Hengist is going to say to Gully, can you go and tell the innkeeper Basil that to come and see us at Lady Miko's room, because I'm going straight there with Lady Miko to put her to bed, and also at the same time ask for a healer or someone to come and have a look at her, make sure she's okay.
Cool. So
then Hengist won't even pause for a response. He'll just stride off, carrying Lady Miko up to her bedroom.
Okay. So, Gully, you can go off and get Basil. And what would you like to say once you get to him?
I'll tell him that can he go up to Lady Miko's room?
Okay.
Because Hengist has asked him to go up there.
Okay. Do you want to tell him anything about anything underneath the tavern or anything?
No, I'll leave that to Hengist.
Okay. So, okay then. So, Basil comes up to the room and sort of like ushers you all out of the room and sort of like says that he will deal with Lady Miko, and he will get a healer out to her in order to sort of like cure her wounds and try to maybe bring her round. And he sort of like gets you back into the tavern and minus Miko, and sort of like sits you down and sort of like says, are we clear?
Hengist is going to turn and say, we spent a good part of the evening waiting, and then we were attacked by these giant rat things, which we eventually managed to destroy. But we don't think they were the problem. We found another we found like a hidden hatch trapdoor in the floor, which had been under some crates which he'd moved. So we followed that down, and then we engaged with many mighty foes, two of which I slew myself, and there was a great spirit which Lady Miko did manage to finally defeat, but with great expense to herself, as you saw the state she finished in.
So he says, he said, will I still lose food and ale?
We believe not. We will. It might be an idea to move those crates over the trapdoor again.
Trapdoor?
And at which point Hengist will say, "Yes, I'll show you." And then he gets up and.
Oh yeah, Basil's not going down after you just said that you slew many a dangerous foe. He says, maybe we can just nail it down?
Yes, that's what we could. And then make sure there's always a crate over it, and you will be fine.
Oh. He says, well done. He says, you should rest after that long battle and maybe get your legs seen to. As agreed, I am willing to provide you with lodgings for a month, as we agreed. So
many thanks, good sir. Many thanks.
And thank you for ridding my cellar of dangerous creatures. I'm not too sure why there was a trapdoor in my tavern cellar, but fear not, I will definitely be nailing it up in the morning and ensuring, well, actually, I will get my servants to go down and do it now, my bar staff, and get it sorted right from the beginning.
Hengist then also says, I have another favour to ask of you, good sir, if you are willing.
What may that be?
At this point, Hengist puts his hand into his pocket and gets out like a small scrap of cloth, which has, and then passes it to Basil and says, "Have you seen men wearing this livery, this badge? But I am searching for them."
What's on the cloth?
So it's essentially a cloth. It's black Peter cloth, and it's got the two-headed hooded snake on it. And he says, "Have you seen any men wearing this, or have you any knowledge of this symbol?"
Basil's face drains of colour, literally drains of colour, and he looks completely shocked at the symbol in front of him, and he sort of like says, "Oh dear. Oh dear."
What does that mean?
And
have you seen it?
That's where we will leave it for this adventure. So hopefully you have got some tantalizing storylines coming out for future adventures. So as always, I will allow the players the opportunity to say where they can be found for future future times on Twitch, and starting off with the infamous Chuggerwugger.
You can find me here on Tuesdays playing Shadowrun, and on Saturdays playing Mithras, and then in Inwells's channel where I moderate.
Excellent, thank you. That was a very brief synopsis there, Chuggerwugger. And below him we have Big Beastie.
I am Big Beastie. You can find me in my own channel, streaming when I can be bothered, or again on Tuesdays playing Shadowrun.
Oh yes, that's an interesting place as well, isn't it? You're trapped in a car in the middle of nowhere.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Bang! Car bomb goes off. Bye bye, guys.
But yes, you can also find me here, not streaming, but playing Mithras, and whenever Inwells is streaming, lurking in his channel.
Thank you very much. And going across to Longshanks EPG.
Hi guys, I am Longshanks EPG. Thank you for watching. You can usually find me every Tuesday with this lovely, amazing group of people playing Shadowrun, and then again the same amazing group of people on a Saturday night, as per tonight, playing Mithras, and then you can generally find me chilling in Inwells's streams when he's around and streaming, and then if Big B is streaming during an evening, you'll see me there as well.
But not next week.
No, not next week. Next week I'm not around.
No.
I assume I will be for Shadowrun on Tuesday, just not Mithras next Saturday.
Yeah. So next week, guys, we have a new player stepping in for a while. You might know his channel. It's Wrath Inspired, and hopefully he's going to be making it so he can come and join the group and bring his expertise or playing style to it, and hopefully he'll be with us next week and at the normal time of 7 o'clock on a Saturday. I will be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock playing Elder Scrolls Online, and then, would you believe, and this is the scary thing, I'm beginning to worry about it now, because tomorrow, and I'm going to have a look straight away before I finish. I've actually been invited to go and play in. I'm just getting the shout out so I get it right. Play in a one-off campaign, one-off adventure tomorrow on this channel. I think this is what it is. Yeah, there it is. A one-off adventure tomorrow. I think it's going to be something that's quite modern as a one-off. So please do come along and have me. I'll host it, so you could just do the channel. So it'd be a quick swap around. And hopefully you'll be able to see. They've asked me to go and find my character and name it. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, please do remember to, if you're living in the UK, to make sure you put your clocks back tonight. We get an extra hour in bed, which is always good news, in my opinion. So, it only remains for me to... Oh, no fan art this week. No fan art at all, so I'm sad to say. But hopefully next week we'll get some more. So, it only remains for me to say my usual way. Have fun, guys, and I'll catch you all later. And until then, consider yourself well and truly waffled. Have fun, guys. Bye.
Goodbye.